If you've ever wondered how superheroes manage to do all that heroic stuff while wearing those wildly impractical costumes, you're not alone. In fact, some of the actors playing these heroes on the big screen had major issues with their outfits. Here's a look at some actors who despise their superhero costumes. Jennifer Lawrence. That blue body paint that Jennifer Lawrence wears in the X-Men films may look cool, but J-Law herself isn't a huge fan, considering it took a whopping 7 hours to apply when she filmed X-Men First Class. Not to mention all those iffy chemicals. She told Entertainment Weekly that she worries about the fumes and toxins now that she's older. I'm almost 25 and I'm like, I can't even pronounce this and that's going in my nose? I'm breathing that? Luckily, the makeup process was cut down to approximately 3 hours for Days of Future Past and Apocalypse, thanks in part to a new bodysuit they created. That's evolution in action. Ron Perlman. J-Law isn't the only hero who's sick of the makeup chair. Ron Perlman had to endure marathon sessions for his role as Hellboy, as it took between 4 and 7 hours for him to get ready every time, thanks to the use of old-school prosthetics rather than CGI. In fact, director Guillermo del Toro told Den of Geek that Perlman's hatred of the costume is one major reason there hasn't been a third Hellboy film. He grew really tired of the makeup in the second film, and he was really rubbed the wrong way by those 7-hour sessions. Sounds like hell, boy. Ryan Reynolds. Unlike many superhero movie stars, Ryan Reynolds didn't have to go through an arduous process to get in costume for Green Lantern, thanks to the fact that his suit was mostly done with CGI. So why does Reynolds hate the costume? Because it looks crappy, and he loathes the movie.
I would give it a scamped 4.
You would give it a 4?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
You give it a 3 or 4?
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah, 1! It's a 1!
How much did he dislike his costume in the Green Lantern? He even made fun of it on screen in his hit superhero parody Deadpool.
And please don't make the supersuit green. Or animate it.
Paul Bettany. Back when he was providing the voice of Tony Stark's Jarvis computer guy in the Iron Man films, Paul Bettany said he felt like a pirate because the voiceover work was so easy it was like stealing money. Well, he quickly learned that he was going to have to earn his money as the Vision, because now that he's on screen, he has to endure his own uncomfortable costume, which he told USA Today takes 3.5 hours to put on. By the 4th and 5th day of the week, you are really having to meditate on the line of actors, thousands of them, who would love to be in your position. You have to concentrate on how lucky you are. Christian Bale. With 3 Batman movies under his utility belt, Christian Bale is something of an expert on the importance of a comfortable costume. After enduring a terribly constricting and painful suit for Batman Begins, Bale requested a new suit for The Dark Knight, resulting in more fluid action scenes and a more relaxed filming experience. But his biggest piece of advice for future Batmen like Ben Affleck: make sure your Batsuit has a zipper on it.
The only thing I said to him is, look, just make sure he can take a piss without anyone having to help him, because it's a little bit humiliating, which I went through, when you have to have somebody, kind of help you out.
Val Kilmer. If only Christian Bale had been around to share that bit of potty advice to Val Kilmer. Turns out Kilmer, who played the Caped Crusader in 1995's Batman Forever, also had major issues with his costume, including an unfortunate inability to use the restroom alone. He likened wearing his suit, which took an hour to put on, to living in an old folks' home. I realized one day what wearing that suit was like. It was, oh, this is what being old feels like. No one really listens to you anymore. You can't really talk or hear. You're always falling over and someone has to help you go to the bathroom and get dressed. Anne Hathaway. Some superhero costumes are uncomfortable. And then there's the signature skin-tight suit and heels of Catwoman, which was even more uncomfortable mentally than physically for Dark Knight Rises star Anne Hathaway, as she explained in an interview with Allure. The costume was a psychological terrorist. The suit, thoughts of my suit, changing my life so I would fit into that suit, it dominated my year. I went to the gym for 10 months and didn't come out. Robert Downey Jr. As you've probably learned by now, it's tough being a superhero, something Robert Downey Jr. learned the hard way when he stepped into the role of Iron Man. I'd been training all these years and thought I was pretty tough, but the first time I put on the Mark I suit, I almost had a personality meltdown. I'm not claustrophobic, but after moving around in it for a couple of hours, your spirit is kind of broken and you're like, okay, time to bring in the stunt team. Fortunately, these days, most of the time Marvel Studios is able to render the suit with CGI rather than grape jelly. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.